Welcome to the bold analysis today, the 18th day, yes, it's still not 18th, 19th day of March 2025. The President of the Republic of Kenya laid the red carpet for His Majesty King Willem Alexander, or Their Majesties King Willem Alexander and Queen Maxima of Netherlands. And remember, that is not their first time. King Willem Alexander was in this country, worked in Kenya between 1989 and 1991 for 2 years. He was actually a pilot, worked as a pilot for Kenya Wildlife for 1 month. And he also had a short stint at Amref. And the country managed to sign some MOUs with Dutch investments to strengthen our agriculture, industrial transportation, and drive infrastructure development, thereby accelerating our economic growth and expanding job opportunities. The visiting dignitaries also held a meeting with a section of Gen Z at the ambassador's residence here in Nairobi. This really the photos you can see about what exactly happened. So I want us to look at, after that, there was a state bouquet, and I want us to look at the optics around it, the attendance of Raila Odinga, and how the Statehouse photographers are pulling what exactly was the objective. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click notification bell, and kindly like our videos. Kindly subscribe. Subscription is absolutely free. And of course, your data is also safe with us. In YouTube, both back end and front end, no one can access your email. So basically, when you subscribe, and you're also not going to get spam messages when you subscribe to our channel. The only advantage that is there is that in your phone, you'll be getting notifications, or even your TV, you'll be getting notifications, and through that, you'll not complain that nowadays I don't get your videos. There is a photo I want us to look at. State bouquet. This photo has been trending for better part of Tuesday night. That is Raila Odinga, President Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, there is Musalia Mudavadi, and there is also Agriculture CS, that is Mutahi Kagwe. Why that photo is trending is because of Raila Odinga's presence in Statehouse. This is not something new. Raila has been there for, he was there sometimes in the past. What I'm looking at is, of course, that is the VIP. I don't know that it's VIP section of, that is somewhere. Immediately they left here, they went to the dais where the main event was going on. The sitting arrangement, Raila is sitting on the side of the deputy president. And then you can see Mudavadi and Kagwe sitting on the other side. I don't know, why do you think it has to be that way? And it is also supposed to communicate on the high regard that the president is giving Raila Odinga. This is what is well choreographed. It has to be that way. Because I've seen a clique of state bloggers sharing that photo and saying the way, Raila is in Statehouse. Those who normally think that Raila can turn against Ruto are daydreaming. Raila went to Statehouse. And this photo has been trending for some time. I would want to play for you another video of now full, so that this will give you from the time you will see how Raila was, his presence in Statehouse, and you understand that someone is creating an impression. And I'm so intentional about the word impression, because our leadership structure, I can tell you Raila doesn't have a position. Hakuna position hakunayo. But in the minds of Kenyans, in the minds of supporters, and of course, a clique of media might also be roped in such a scheme. Someone is creating some imaginary power around Raila Odinga there.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Absolutely. Absolutely. We've done some juice. We've done. Hello. Welcome back. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the conversation with the MP.
Yes.
Great conversation. Very different and very viral. Is that right? So my father too, especially for Charles, he took a suit at one point. Charles and Jojo, right? Yeah. With a t-shirt.
Yeah. Excellency, First Lady, His Majesty the King, and Her Majesty the Queen.
Allow me thy name, and thy kingdom, that thy will be done in this place, and that thy
Delegating my Excellency, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Your Excellency, Council of
Look at this. If you look at this video keenly, this is the depiction of, I will make sure you are respected. I will make sure you are respected. I've always asked yourself, this state bouquets, that is not the first time the president has been attending, Raila has been attending them since they started an engagement with the president last year. Why not to Uhuru Kenyatta? Why do you think Uhuru Kenyatta is never attending? Do you think William Ruto does not extend those invitations? Of course, there is an attempt. Why do they normally go for Raila? For an objective. And I'm going to explain that objective. But of course, you can see the video I've shown you, all the guests are there. One person I've not seen is Moses Masika Wetangula. I don't know why, because Wetangula was in status earlier in the day for the signing of the supplementary budget. So I don't know why he's not there. Now, there is another photo I want to play. I want you to look at just before it. That is the photo when Nini was signed, when the supplementary estimates budget was signed. It's not a supplementary budget. What am I saying? There's nothing like supplementary budget signed. Let me just get it. Yes. That is signing of what? Assented to the Supplementary Appropriation Bill number 8, 2025. You can see the photo that was there when there is a photo I want you to look at. Yes, you can see this photo here of when it was taken. This is full. This is a part of creating impression. Ndindi Nyoro is the head of Budget and Appropriations Committee. He didn't used to attend these meetings. He didn't used to attend these events. Now you can see President, you can see Mbadi, you can see, this is I think Solicitor General, you can see the Attorney General, Luo, Mbadi, the new Budget and Appropriation Committee Chairperson, that is my MP, Atande. And this is part of creating that impression, building. And I can see the others. these other two, without sort of prejudice, these other two MPs here, one is MP from, one could be the MP from Gilgil, if I'm not wrong. The other one I can't remember, could be from the coast, if I just make a judgment. Probably they didn't know, they were just called, let's go. Probably they're members of the Budget and Appropriation Committee, and someone wanted to create that impression. Now, that was the Justice Sedba. Why Raila was rushed to Statehouse? Immediately the king arrived. I need to tell you one thing. There is this narrative of unity, and we want to show the country that we are united. And in truth, in plain truth, is that it is not going to be viable. United in what? You can show the country you're united, but united in what? You will have to solve the problems. After you guys being united, whatever you wrote down, you have to solve. But I want to just look at it directly. Number one, the objective why Raila Odinga was invited in State House today. Remember, let me tell you, the day, the signing that was done in KICC, initially it was supposed to be done in State House, Mombasa. And that is tentatively Raila refused. Then, before it was moved to KICC, it was supposed to be done in State House. But Raila insisted either we go to Bomas or we go to KICC. But Bomas was not ideal, so they went to KICC. But there has always been an attempt to bring Raila around the trappings of power. Now, the reason why Ruto went there is they wanted to get the optics to run the narrative of we are together. And of course, the photo of State House of president of former prime minister in State House is supposed to create some excitement. And let me just remind you of what that statement that Rigathi once made, that they may come take heart against State House. So this photo is normally shared with that cheap, with that petty narrative that, you know, yule mwenye alifind bondo sasa kwa State House. It creates some excitement, and what that means is, I've seen what that is supposed to achieve is supposed to excite a clique of Raila support base. All this are key intelligence scripted. The second reason why Raila was there, Ruto wants to get the slightest opportunity to show the country that I respect, I will ensure Raila is respected. You remember that? This is, to some people, they might see Raila is respected, the profile of Raila. But from you and I know these are choreographed. There is nothing like so much respect. Of course, it's in high regard though. But one thing you may not see, and is also the very key on this, the president wants to smoothen efforts to host pro-Raila leaders in State House. Let me tell you. Immediately after Nairobi tour, the leaders that moved trip with the president in Nairobi, they converged in State House that evening. Sometimes, even if you want to invite there are some hardliners, like Sifuna. I'm waiting for the day Sifuna will go to State House. He's mentioned categorically that the deal signed was not including visiting, attending president's event or being close to the president. But so what is supposed to happen here is the moment Raila's gone to State House, that is already a picture that all the other people, remember, you know one thing I've realized with politicians, they follow what the big man is doing. Now, anyone, immediately Raila walks in Statehouse, even when Raila is in Statehouse, president can call any other person that is a hardliner. That I want to see you tomorrow. I want to see you this. Now, these are just softening. These are just managed things to soften the ground so that you can infiltrate on Raila's side. The other issue is these optics are also good for Raila because it optimizes on his peripheral premium. There is a peripheral premium on Raila. This is what I mean. There was a newspaper article last week that people are trooping to Raila Odinga's office in Capitol Hill. And now if you want to meet Raila, it's not easy. You really need to book and be in the line to meet Raila Odinga because so many people who are looking for jobs are going through that office. No, I want a job. Ongea na rais bwana. Ongea na rais. I want something from president. Ongea na rais. So many people are going through Raila, and I think even it is the Nation who are reporting. They were saying there's some people that are trooping to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga when they realize Raila is there. Some people even are going to Ida, and then Ida now has to form a secretariat, some layers of security and to reach out, layers of secretariat to reach out to Ida Odinga, or other protocols. So even Raila Odinga's now protocol accessibility is now not very easy because of this. Now, going to Statehouse, I want to tell you his advisors can advise him go. Because they know the moment Raila is there, anyone who wants to say bana alikuwa na rais, sasa ulikuwa nataka seme. Kuna kitu nakaambia rais angemwambia jana. So those are the peripheral premiums. They might not give you jobs as per se, even though they also have sphere of influence. The other thing is fabricated media bombshell stories on deals. I can tell you the president tomorrow, maybe he has a list of reshuffle he has done, PSS and all that. Tomorrow he can unleash that list in media. And with our mainstream media, they will join the dots and say, Raila was in Statehouse yesterday, and then tomorrow he has released it. So yesterday there was a meeting, and that is how they agreed on this and that. And people take it so. However, if the president wanted to meet Raila Odinga, they normally meet. They can meet. They must, if they will not show you what they want you to see, but the things they don't want you to see, they will not show you. Now, this is the bitter truth about Raila Ruto ties. I don't know if I've ever said it, but I need to say it here. There is two sides of it. Number one, Raila loves the trappings of power. Yes. There is a guy in Jivanji who explains it interestingly. Kwamba kuna time alienda kupiga kura Kibera, then akatoka na hawa watu, and he never told those people to go back and vote. You also listen to what CSK Macharia said about, in 2017, he was raising something about the register, and Raila told him not to talk about that. And so on and so forth. But I think this one is something that Uhuru Kenyatta realized. This is something that even Mwai Kibaki realized, and it was also whispered to President Ruto. Even those things, the servers must be opened, Raila won by 8 million votes. I'm a bit convinced Raila lost the 2022 general election. He might have lost it, or he never wanted to. But Odinga loves the trappings of power. So some of these opportunities is to show that I have the trappings is important, even for him as a person. The second truth about Raila Ruto ties is that there is a realistic side of Raila, and this is the truth. The Gen Z were going to kick Ruto out. But again, was the country, if that was to happen, then the country probably, Rigathi was going to be the president. But is that what also the Gen Z wanted, that Rigathi to be the president? Was Rigathi then better than Ruto? That was a question. So that is also the side of it where he pulls the statesmanship. Lastly, What happened last year, where Raila says, I saved Ruto from a military takeover, by that year is different from what was signed last week on Friday. What was signed last week on Friday is just people coming together to find out whether we can work on something together. And it is just for the interest of the two. Of course, with some gains for lieutenants around. But the 10-point agenda that Sifuna said, I'm yet to see any sign, anything, any action. I think we'll get to that list and start tracking. So far, we said we're going to do this, this, and this. I will do that video tomorrow. What have we done? You cannot see. So, a Ruto Tosha from Raila Odinga will be the weakest pronouncement in 2027. You rather Ruto face the electorates without a Raila saying Ruto Tosha. That Ruto Tosha, kama Kalonzo ametoka na Matenge kwa docket, a Ruto Tosha might actually mean a section of Luo guys supporting that. Tunani kesho.